Hello and welcome back to It's New. Barry Schwartz here, Mordy's here, and Greg has returned from the dead.
Yes, with an abstract painting behind me. I'm plastering the walls.
You personally?
Yeah.
In the new office?
Yeah.
That's good.
Sanders down.
Like that.
It's like they have angel wings or something right now.
Yeah, I seem better.
All right. So I'm going to talk about Google's August core update and how some helpful content helpful content sites that were hit are surging, and also talk a little bit about a company called Hardbacon. Mordy, what are you talking about?
Watch out. Google overhauls its video SEO documentation.
And Greg?
And merchants will be moving off the OG Merchant Center next month to Merchant Center Next, and Google may be moving to using your OG title for title links and search snippets.
All right, awesome. Looking forward to it. Play the music. The Google August core update is still rolling out, and we have folks from, Glenn Gabe, Lily Ray, Lily Haynes, and a bunch of other folks sharing some data on sites that were hit by the helpful content update back in September 2023 and showing their little surges, little resurrections over time. It seems like some of them are actually hitting almost that September number of visibility in the Google Search Index. Glenn Gabe shares some charts. Lily Ray also shares some charts and so forth. So some of these sites are actually starting to surge significantly, not just little surges, but actually hitting that point where they actually are seeing full recoveries. So very rare for any site to see that yet. But again, this update is going to take a full month to roll out. I think we have another 2 weeks or so. So there is some hope there. Glenn Gabe, I think, shared yesterday, there was like 70 something of the 390 sites that he's been tracking that were hit by the September helpful content update. 70 something of them also saw those surges. And in my opinion, if you do see a bump, and you still see that bump and that surge after that ranking bug was fixed, you probably will continue to see improvements on those sites over the course of the next few weeks. And then after the core update is done, it will probably level out. That's my opinion. I don't have any insider information there at all. So that's good to see. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of controversy around that, but it's cool to see that happening. And then I covered this on my Friday video. Make sure to subscribe and like and comment. That Hardbacon is like a financial application in Canada. They announced that they are going to be closing file for bankruptcy the day before Google announced the core update, the August core update. Then the day after the core update was released, and they saw their rankings surge. And now they're up. The last number I saw was like up 4 times from where they were. But they said it's a little bit too late. They probably can't financially make it happen. But he is, I think, hopeful that maybe somebody will make him a better offer on the company to sell it. So we'll see what happens there. But it's just sad. It's a sad story. Of course, obviously, don't put all your eggs in one basket in SEO for a company like that. But it is what it is, and it's just sad to see that.
Well, I know last week Morty said your analysis should be over by now, right? You think that I like that rant you had about everybody going too quick on their analysis, but. No, I mean, I'm assuming the fine folks over Hardbacon, you had a tough week, did bankruptcy, and then really kind of snorted there when they saw their rankings come back. But it's great to see, some recoveries. Yep.
I mean, something happened over the week, the 23rd, 22nd, something like that. There was like a dial up of the algorithmic juices, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I did see over the weekend, some people say they got hit harder. Some people say they got some more surges. So, yeah, that's going to happen, and we'll continue to watch it and report on it. But we'll see what happens there. But if you got video pages, they can help you survive, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Sort of, kind of, maybe not. It depends. Google has revamped. That's what I'm looking for. Revamped its video SEO documentation. And so, hey, here's how you can get your videos into all sorts of different places. In the Google ecosystem. Some of the things that they're talking about now is that you have to have a watch page that's indexed, and the watch page is basically just a video page, which I think makes it a little bit interesting. So Google gave a few different types of examples of like what might be a indexable watch page, for example, a video landing page, a TV episode video page, a news video watch page, a sports highlight page, an events clip page, and they give you like a physical look of like what that actually looks like. It looks basically like a YouTube page. And then there's pages that watch pages are not going to get indexed. So These pages are watch pages because the video is complementary to the rest of the content on the page. That's Barry writing that on SEO Roundtable. For example, a blog post that reviews an embed video or a product page with 360 video of a product. My question is, let's say you have a video and then you have the transcript. I don't think Google's going to be able to recognize the difference. So does that mean that you shouldn't be having transcripts, but for accessibility, you do want to have the transcript? That's a little interesting to me. And also Google said that, yeah, the page that the watch page that gets indexed, it has to perform well in search. So is Google saying that behavior metrics matter here?
Don't go there.
Yeah, but we need views on YouTube, so I'm going to go there.
True. It's interesting because like my Friday video that I post, it used to get have the thumbnails, and then Google made their update like a year or so ago, and that's no longer showing a video thumbnail. But the primary purpose of that page is the video. I have the transcript below it. I have a summary with the links to the piece of content. But again, it makes sense. It's not a watch page per se. I kind of try to illustrate it as a watch page, but
It is a watch page.
Yeah, but again, the number of questions around why are my video thumbnails not showing up? I guess that's why they did the update to the documentation. So if you really want it to be a watch page, just make it like in your face watch. So I don't know,
Yes.
but that's good to get to. And then Greg, you're on Merchant Center.
Yeah, so Merchant Center, as we know it, is going away. Things are not being called feeds anymore. They're being called products. We know that. We've heard about it for a while. It seems like there's now a date, or at least a date range, which is September of 2024, when all merchants will be moved to Google Merchant Center Next. You can still do everything that you could do in Merchant Center Next. It's just a little bit different. There are some of those horizontal kind of like tabbed navigation elements that we've seen in Google Ads. But the biggest thing that is the difference in Merchant Center Next, which is what everybody's going to be upgraded to, is going to be the product studio feature, where it is pretty nice, where you can change backgrounds, do things to your images for your products. And that is coming to everybody in September. So it's one of those things, if you can upgrade now, you might be able to check out your Merchant Center and get there now and just be familiarizing yourself with it. But some people are complaining about it. I think overall, it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be easier for smaller merchants, especially. And it's just what the future is. So that's here.
Yeah, I don't think that surprised anybody. I think they sent out emails a couple months ago saying this is happening soon. So it's not really new news, but I think the September number date was somewhat newsworthy. So
yeah, and there actually is better reporting and things like that. Some of it you have to find in there, but I think it's going to be overall a nice update for everybody. And then lastly, also from Search Engine Roundtable, Barry had looked at the title link search developer documentation and seen a new bullet point that was added in there, where title links and search section now reads, Google search uses the following sources to automatically determine title links. And the new bullet that was added in is your OG title meta tag in there. So just another reason to make sure you've got a clean, crisp title in there. Obviously, in case somebody shares it on social media, but you might be seeing that coming into the SERPs here as well, and some of those snippets.
For sure. I mean, I guess you would think if somebody has a title tag itself, they would also have an OG title. I mean, they're more likely to have a title tag than an OG title, but I guess some people aren't.
Well, to me, the OG title is always more like catchier. You know what I mean? Like what's going to hit on social or LinkedIn.
You won't believe what you'll read here.
Oh, so
yes.
It's optimized for Google Discover.
August 26th, you won't believe what happened in search news today.
Greg's not dead, or is he?
And then on the Google Business Profile side, I just want to give a quick update. If you have submitted an appeal, those appeals usually take 2 to 3 days. Now they're taking like 15 days. So if you are waiting on an appeal, you're not alone. A lot of people are complaining about those appeals. Greg, I hope you had a nice vacation.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of a trip. When you got 2 9-year-olds, it's more of a trip than a vacation, like we talk about, but got away and climbed some mountains. So, and Shep did a great job. Like
she was amazing.
Swept me
She
out.
was way better than you did.
I know. Better than me.
I mean, she doesn't have the
me,
art like you have behind you. I mean,
funnier than me. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, except for the artwork, everything else was better. So
you'll see that full transition of The Office in real time. I'm not going to blur anything
Which
out.
office is this one?
We're in Rochester.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Greg, for being here. And thank you, Mordy, as always. And we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. If I survive my vacation, we'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.